I've just done a quick inspection, and the reefing line is all jammed. The sail's all jammed in the block from the reefing line. So I've got to go and check it out. This is the sort of stuff that if you don't watch, keep a close eye on, you know, it'll become a major issue really quickly. But it's not hard to fix at all. Here. So it's just really simple. Really simple. No damage yet, which is good. But if I hadn't sorted that out, that was all jammed in there, that was off, this would have come off. They came up here and the pin was down. So this is what I'm worried about for the it's what I'm worried about for the Coral Sea crossing. It's a similar sort of weather, about 20 knots, true wind angle of about 70 to 80. So I'll probably have this for quite a few days, which is going to put a lot of pressure on that gooseneck. I'm pretty worried about it, to be honest. Considering whether or not I just start with the storm trysail to begin with, because you know 20-25 knots up here, putting a storm trysail on, it's pretty difficult on your own. And so just wondering, am I more sensible to do that, have a little bit more jib out? I don't know. See, but you know, it's a beautiful day, just windy, which is good. I mean, I'm not motoring, so you know, doldrums are false, but yeah. That's Papua New Guinea off in the distance. Definitely do not plan on stopping there. So anyway, so sail sorted, gooseneck's back on track. See how we go. So off in the background there's New Island, one of the northeastern islands of Papua New Guinea. Don't really know much about it, other than it's green. So my plan here is to just use a lot of wire. You know, this is kind of my one shot, so I want it to be as strong as possible. So day 32, and it's supposed to be the dry season, it's supposed to be the southern hemisphere, but what do you call this? That is a cheeky bloody squall. Thought I'd left those behind. Anyway, at least it's not coming from the direction that I want to travel. I'm still hard on the wind. It's only been 3,600 miles, predominantly on the wind. But you know, like true wind angles are about 60, so it could be a lot worse. Moving along pretty well. I'm about 45 miles from Madao Island. From there, I've got 150 miles to Jomard Passage, and then I'm in the Coral Sea. So basically, tomorrow, sometime late tomorrow, I'll be on the final leg, which you know, to be honest, I'm excited about. I'm nervous about. You know, the winds are going to be strong. But I just had a look at the gooseneck, seems to be holding well, so that's good. I feel pretty confident, as confident as I can be about that, which is good. I really want to spend the rest of today just continuing to fine-tune the boat, really tick all the little boxes. I've got a long list of things that I want to do. I want to enter the Coral Sea mentally prepared, boat prepared. You know, everything as good as it can be. so that I'm ready for whatever it throws at me. I had a decent sleep last night as well, which is good. I put myself to bed at 7:30. Tonight I'm going to be navigating quite a few islands, so I figured that may be the last decent sleep I get. So yeah, I mean, it was pretty good. I woke up quite a few times, but it was decent length of sleep. So I'm feeling okay. So Sunday, yeah, I mean, I reckon I'm still on track to get back by Friday. So yeah, pretty cool. All right, got a fish on. It's a biggie. Oh, fuck. Oh, there he is, I can see him. What is it? Is it a tuna? Can you see it? Lead him out here so he doesn't the boat or dirty. All right, got my first fish. Yeah, beautiful bluefin tuna. Just gonna let him bleed a little bit more here, and then I'll bring him in and build him up. Woo! Day 33. Just been passing islands all night in this last remaining archipelago in Papua New Guinea. Probably got about 35 miles to go, and then I'll be in the Coral Sea and on the final leg. Yeah, pretty plain sailing. Lasts 24 hours. Made some good progress. I'm worried about the forecast though. It's right now. It's 10 to 12 knots. Gusting up to 14. Exactly what the forecast said. Which is great. Nice sailing, moving along. 6+ knots. But in 2 days' time, it's going to be 3 times this, and a tighter wind angle. And so I'm definitely worried for sure. I mean, I've just gone through my grab bag. I've got a dry bag next to my computers. Just sort of run through, what do I do if it all goes pear-shaped. Yeah, I'm definitely nervous. This is going to be a really tough 4 days, 4+ days ahead of me. My big hope is I can get far enough south over the next 24 to 36 hours, so that when I do bear away, I've got wind over my shoulder, meaning it's a large enough true wind angle. Because 30+ knots forward of the beam on this boat is going to be a disaster. So yeah, boat's prepared, I'm prepared. I've got a plan. I don't know what more I can do really. It is what it is. You got to do the best you can, and that's what I'm doing. And so we'll see how it goes. See how it goes. At least I'm close to Australia, so worst case scenario, hopefully someone can come and get me. So I'm just going through getting ready to go through Jomard Passage, and I just wanted to show you the number of boats. I haven't seen this many boats since Hong Kong. There's 8 big boats. You can probably see there. And they're big too, like huge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then another one over there at 6, 7. So it's about 25 nautical miles to go. the wind is right on the nose, so God, thank heavens I've got enough fuel. Jeez, man, I don't know what I would have done this trip if I didn't have the right amount of fuel. Anyway, it's probably gonna take about 8 hours, so I'll get there just on dusk, which is great. And then I'll just keep on heading out of shipping lane, and then there you go, there goes the AIS. So that's what happens. Once one of these things comes into my guard zone, the AIS alarm goes off. It's pretty loud, same alarm downstairs. You can't sleep through it, you can't miss it. And obviously it's been going off all morning because my guard zone's 5 miles, and so I've got 7 boats within that radius at the moment. So anyway, it's all good. Nice to have something else to look at, I suppose. I'm just on the very, very, very east of the shipping lane, sticking to my safe little spot, staying away from these guys. I'm hearing all the radio traffic on the VHF. Some boats are doing 20 knots, some are doing 10, and so it's interesting, the captains speaking to each other and, you know, just working out where they're going to go, you know, port to port, who's going to overtake who, how much space they're going to give. But yeah, I'm just trying to stay out of their way, really. All right, so shit. All right, so this is me just exiting Papua New Guinea, just about to go through the Jomard Channel, and then I'll be going into the Coral Sea, which is basically the last leg, 450 miles southwest, I should say, 450 miles southwest, and I'm in Cairns. And so it's a pretty spectacular exit from this passage. Reminds me a little bit about that scene in Never Ending Story, where I think it's Atreyu has to go through that big I don't know, passageway, I suppose, and it's guarded by these 2 huge sentries. Anyway, this passage is guarded by these 2 beautiful islands. I'm not sure which is more beautiful though. But this one over here, and then there's this one over here. And so obviously I can't stop, but geez, I wish I could. Those beaches look bloody fantastic. It's pretty bumpy up here. I might say goodbye and go back to the safety of the cockpit. And next time I speak to you, I'll be in the Coral Sea, which will be me on the way home to Australia. Woo!